So why don't you get up here? I know you got a story to tell. Why don't you tell your story? Have you seen?
Find the seat first.
Yeah, that's why you got me.
Yep.
There you go. Go ahead.
So, got married 14 years ago. We just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. And it was a rough go of it. And we struggled from like, what, year two?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like
Yeah,
year
about a year or two.
two, it was difficult. And we fought and we fussed, and many times, like, it was so bad that I would pray to God, like, God, give me the strength to just leave him, like, I can't do this anymore. And like, it was, it didn't seem like he was answering, not in the way that I wanted, because of course, I prayed for what I wanted, but it was just like always in the back of my mind, like I could hear, just wait, just wait, be patient, just wait. He's always shown me the man that my husband could be, but it was not happening. I wasn't seeing it in the physical. And then as time went on, about 2 years ago, actually, um,
Today.
to do 2 years ago today, yeah, things just changed. Like, he came up from that basement and he was just like, you know, I get it now. I get it and I understand it. It's like, I gave my life to God and things are going to be different. And he told me I'm his. And like, I was skeptical at first, like, because I've heard it all before. Like, most people in a bad relationship, they do hear it all before. Well, they have heard it all before. And, you know, I was like, okay. But as time went on, like, I could see it. What I was told to wait for was happening right in front of my eyes, and it was hard to trust at first, but then whenever I gave my life to God, like, I could see it then, I could understand it, but before that moment,
Like a veil was lifted.
yeah, it really was like, just like he said, the veil was lifted, and I could see it. I could see everything and see how he could make those changes and it be permanent, because I had made changes before too, but none of them stuck because it was me. I was doing it. Like, I wasn't trusting in God to make those changes in me. But when I finally gave that decision up to the one it belonged to, and gave my life up to the one it belonged to, I understood. Like, it wasn't, I wasn't going through everything out of, punishment, or I didn't lose my vision due to a curse. Like, all of this stuff had to happen to make me stronger, to make me, you know,
Build
be
your
able.
testimony.
Yeah, I had to build my testimony. I had to learn to trust, because I didn't. I didn't trust anyone. And I would not let anyone lead me, because, well, that, in my eyes at that time, that always led to disaster. So I didn't trust anyone. And when I lost my vision, things changed. I had to start trusting people, but it wasn't natural at all. But 2 years ago, it became natural, and, it became just like breathing. You don't think about it. These things just, you hear the small voice in your head and you just go with it. And the changes, like, they don't feel like changes. They don't feel like sacrifice, because you know that there's a purpose. There's a reason for everything that you go through and everything that you experience. And you know that it's going to lead somewhere good, because what man may intend for evil, God can use for good. So, I don't play into the victim mentality anymore of, oh, poor pitiful me, like, my marriage was so rough, and like, all these things happened and I lost my vision, and I don't play into that. Now I see that it was all for a purpose, and it was all leading us to this moment and this time to give him glory, to trust in him, to believe that he loves us enough that he will not allow anything to tear us down. Sure, we may fall, but the moment we lift up our arms to the Father, he picks us up and he sets us on our feet, and he helps us move forward and move on and go with strength to him and be able to share our story, to share our testimony, to help someone else that may be going through the same thing or something similar, to just give them the strength to turn to him and give him glory as well. And that's why we go through things, and that's why each of us has a testimony, and why each of us should share our testimonies, is because it's all to give him glory, and it's to show what he can do, because the person sitting behind this mic could not have handled any of the stuff that I've been through had it not been for him. And it's all for him, and I thank him for everything. To the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stand right there.
It's like there's 2 times in particular of the many times that I've hit my knees and prayed, but there are 2 times that we're seeing in a mighty way his response, and one of them was more recent than the other, but 6 years ago, when I was newly pregnant with our youngest, I'd had 3 miscarriages before him, and something happened, and we thought that we were losing him as well. And I came into our bedroom after the only thing Aaron could do, because, I mean, what can you do in that situation? Like, you know, we knew that it was just gonna happen. Like, we couldn't stop it. And I came into our bedroom, and I made it right in there next to our bed, and I hit my knees, and I just cried out to God, and I was like, I can't do this again, God. Like, not this time, please. Just, I can't do it. And now I'm gonna get emotional. And like, things moved forward, and we I kept feeling like I kept getting sick, and I was still, time went on, and I still felt like I started feeling movements in my stomach, and went to the doctor, and sure enough, God answered that prayer, and I did not lose him. He's 6 years old, and he's chaos king, but he's he's my bug, and he's here due to the grace and mercy of God, and he is a true blessing and a gift, like all children are, but he is literally our miracle baby. And then a couple of years ago, actually, we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of that event as well. Um, our son, our second to youngest son, was struggling a lot with, mental health and behavioral health, and he he was making threats and actually made an attempt on his own life in school. Nothing serious, like he didn't succeed or anything, like in even the attempt, but it was a terrifying moment, because they're throwing around words like, institutionalizing him and sending him off, and it was tough. And like, you know we were waiting on going to the school, and we were on our way up there, and right in front of our doorway, I hit my knees, and Aaron was right there with me this time. And together we just prayed for him, like, you know, like, God, we we are not in control of this situation, and we don't know what to do, and we don't know how to help him. Like, we got to give this to you, Lord, because it's tearing us apart to see him going through this, and there's absolutely nothing that we can do. We can't prevent them from sending him off, and we don't even know if it's best to try to stop them. And we're just praying and we're crying, and we get up there to the school, and Aaron takes him to the side and he anoints his head with the oils, and he's praying over him and praying with him. And it's like from that day on, we seen a huge change in this child. Like, we watched him change pretty much overnight, and we know that it was nothing we did, it's nothing the school did. They ended up not sending him off, which was great. But he was never the same since, and it was all God. It was all God working in his life, even at that age. Because he was what, like 10?
Mm.
10,
Yeah, he's around
11?
about 10 or
Yeah.
11. Mm-hmm.
And it was tough to see it, but it was so great watching him come away from it. Now we got two kids that are likely to come up to you and give you a big hug and tell you that Jesus loves you before they even tell you that they love you, and they don't care if they know who you
Exactly.
are or not.
Yep.
Our little chaos king is he's quite vocal about the Lord.
Yeah, very. Well, now that you've heard our testimonies that God has given us, I want to ask you, what's your story? What testimony do you have? I want to hear what God has done for you. I love you all. Y'all be blessed.